everybody, welcome to Trippin' Tuesday. As you can see behind me, there's my United States map. I have a bunch of other ones too that I'm working with, so stand by. I'm going to show you what I've been doing so far. So this is my starting point, St. Petersburg, Florida. Then to run to Georgia and go across to Alabama to Mississippi, then up to Arkansas. Along here, I want to catch Route 66 at some point. I want to do some time in Texas. Haven't decided exactly where yet. Maybe run up and hit Oklahoma. Head to New Mexico, Arizona, California. Run that coast. Hit Oregon, then Washington State. I'm going to see if I can catch the ferry up to Alaska from Washington State. Maybe make a detour up there on the big ferry. I think that might be a good idea for a side trip. I haven't decided yet. I'll have to see how it goes. I'm going to come back to Washington State. Run over to Montana, down to Idaho, Utah, back up to Wyoming, South Dakota, Nebraska, then over to Iowa. Want to hit Mississippi, Missouri. Head over to Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, back to Georgia, and home. So this is just my rough outline of my trip. Some of the resources I'm using are the Hog magazines. Hog magazines are great because they have a lot of stories in them about people that are traveling and places you might want to go, where rallies are, that kind of thing. So I'm going to use my Hog magazine to help me decide some of the places. Then they have these great touring books that have the map of the United States. See, this is my 2015 touring handbook. So it's got a map of all the big routes, and then it's got places, it's got the states on there, so you can see the state routes. So not only does it have states in there in the touring book, but it also has like major cities in there. And it also has the different Harley dealerships, so that you can go to the different Harley dealerships in case you need assistance, or you want to get the t-shirts from the area. It's got all kinds of good information in here. Then another book that I'm using is this large atlas. That gives me a lot more routes, and it gives me a bigger picture of the different states. And it also has a miles and mileage and driving time map on there, which is going to be good for me to figure out my times. Because I've decided when I do this route that I'm going to only do 5 or 6 hours a day on the bike, because I want to be able to look at America. I want to see America, and I want to see and experience the people, the food. And I'm not going to spend all my time on the bike, but I am going to take some time to go to different areas that I haven't been before and explore the states that I'm going through. One of the other things that I've done is I've gotten myself a GoPro, because I want to be able to document my trip and be able to do postings and that kind of thing. And so I went and got the 5, and it's been a lot of fun so far. I've used it a couple of times, but one of the things that I noticed is that they don't really give you any instructions with it. And so I've had to go online and do a lot of YouTubing and pick a brain of friends that have been using it. And one of the other things that I did is I went and got this little GoPro manual. It's an unofficial version of how to use a GoPro. It's got a lot of good information on it, and I'm hoping to learn enough so that I can take some good quality video, because I really want to have fun with this trip and I want to document it, and I want to make sure that I'm getting good video and not bad video. There's no sense in keeping it if it's not going to work out. So that's a lot about my trip and my planning efforts. I will go over more as I get closer to figuring out my route. Right now I just pretty much have the states that I want to go to, and I'm starting to narrow down the way I want to go. After this, I'll start going state by state, figuring out my mileage and places to stay, and seeing the attractions that I want to see in each state.